Good morning and welcome back to our reviews. Reviews unboxings with Vaporlicious. Today we're going to take a look at the Mag Kit. Now, I quite like this kit. I think it's a bit snazzy. It's a bit sort of street, the way it's designed. Let's get down into what you've actually got in the box, and then we'll open it up and we'll have a little look. Stick some batteries in it, which I didn't do in my first review. As I said, it was just my first review, so we all learn, and I think moving forward people want to see what the product actually does, how it looks when it's turned on. So in the kit you get a Magmud TFV12 prints, as we did with the X-Priv. You get V12 prints Q4, which is a single vertical coil, and then you get the T10, which again is a 10 coil or decouple as they call it. And yeah, I did do a bit of research on that, and it is 5 stacked. You also get your USB cable, user manual, and a few spare parts, which are always nice. We all like spare parts. It's like them tiny little screwdrivers that you get, that everyone's got millions of if they're a vapor. So without further ado, let's get down into the box and see what we've got. So first things first, we've got this lovely mod. Let's have a look at that. And I've gone a bit different with this one and just put highlights of rainbows on it instead of going all out rainbow. I think it accents it much better than having a full rainbow mud. I do like rainbow muds. I have had a couple in the past, but I always find that they tarnish really quickly. And it depends. I suppose it also depends on the material that they're made of. But this is a nice heavy, well set bloody bit of kit. You got a massive 510 on there. You check that out. The plate on that is huge, and it's set right down into the mud. Also, another little great feature with this one is, as it's called the mag, it's shaped like a gun magazine. But to release the battery, just press this little button here, and what you get is your magazine. Yeah, groovy. I think so. A lot of people will see it as yeah, right. But it's a bit of a showpiece when you're out and about, you know. Check out my gun mud. Right, so if we delve down a bit deeper into the box, what we get is, once again, TFV12 prints, and as I've already said, one of the best tanks on the market at the moment. Sort of its predecessor has been TFV12, the original. Now that was a beast of a tank, but being able to sell it now is a bit of a ball ache because of the TPD. So having something to sort of bridge the gap between having a massive blade and a massive amount of power, the TFV12 Prince tank pretty much does that. Down into the bag, we've got another spare coil, which is your 5 core, which I'm sure you've already seen before, and again that invaluable little rubber. This tank is capable of around 110 watts, as stated by Smok, but as we always say, drop it back a good 10-15 watt. You know, take a good percentage off. Make sure that your battery life's good for one, and that your coil life is better, because they're the most expensive part. Once you've bought everything, you can be looking anywhere from £5 to probably £7-8 for a coil. So you don't really want to be burning it out in 10 seconds, you know. You also get little magic screwdriver. Seems to come with everything. I'm not quite sure why they put a star bit in, because that's actually, well, Torx bit should I say. That actually fits the screws in the mud, which is quite strange. Very rarely have I seen something that you can actually undo the mud itself with. So yeah, something a bit different, and your little USB cable. Now, I'm not going to use the tank because it's not mine and I've got to sell it. But what I will do is, I've got my tank over here, which is a coiling built with it's built with some big old 20 gauge, I believe, Anarchist yeah, Anarchist wire. I went out and treated myself and bought some Anarchist competition wire. So I'll just pop this off my mod. So now we do stock with Kylian as well. An absolutely amazing bit of kit. I love them. Very, very powerful. Very well made as well. And you also get the option to have sort of an 8mm tank, even though it's sold as a TPD ready. So you get spare glass with it, which enables you to be able to get a huge tank. So, pop this on here. I'm just going to grab some batteries, which I have behind me. Just down here. Now I'm going to use...
Hi.
Sorry for that little break in the video there. I'm going to use HG2s, which are LG 3000 milliamp. They've got a good discharge, and they tend to discharge higher in the voltage range. So you've got one down, one up into your little magazine, and then pop your magazine back up. 5 clicks as always, turn him on. Helps if you put the batteries in the right way, which like a numpty I didn't, so you get your new Smok interface, which is basically the greatest idea ever to come out from Smok, because the old interface was a bloody nightmare. So I'm just going to hold in and click for a new atomizer, fire over a second, and it'll drop me into watt mode. Now, as always, up and down. They do seem to be reversed on this, so the up is actually on the left hand side and the down is on the right, but as you can see that it's actually sort of signified by up and down on the buttons. So let's just crank it up a little bit. We'll go for like 60 watt, I reckon. And drop it down. Stick it at 50 for time's sake. Yeah. So exactly the same as any other mod at 50 watt, works perfectly. You hear these stories about Smok wattage. I don't quite know what that's all about, to be honest. I mean, if you're going to go and buy a DNA 200, you know, fair enough. The DNA is going to be a better board, but you're going to pay £120 just for the board itself. So, you know, I suppose it's like going out and buying a Skoda and expecting it to do what a Maserati does. Yeah, so, but in the price range, these are absolutely stunning. So what we'll do is we'll get down into having a look at the menu. So to enter the menu on this one, you click it 3 times, and you get this. Now, to cycle through the menu, you short click. So we'll go back into the menu again, and then you long click to select within each sub menu, as you see, and then it's a short click to change what's in the sub menu. So it's slightly more intuitive once you get used to it. It can be a bit of an arse to get used to, if I'm honest, but once you've got it and you know what you're doing, it's absolutely sound. So I'm just going to blast it up a little more and see how the batteries fare at a higher wattage. So we'll go 62. That's great, absolutely spot on. I really can't fault it. I mean, aesthetically, you know, that hole, you got your trigger just here. It's absolutely spot on. It's ergonomically designed, so it fits well. I think I've just worked out what that little screwdriver for. I have a feeling you'd be able to change this back plate, because as you see, it's got two torque screws just here and here, and I'd suspect that'll be what it's for. It doesn't actually state what it's for. I'm just going to open up my juice flow before I get a dry hit and have another blast. Yeah. So you get really good tank, really good mud, nice looking mud if you want to be a bit snazzy about it, let's say. You know, it's a bit out there, but Smok tend to every now and then do something a bit different. You know, they've got this, they've got the Veneno. The X-Priv is looking probably the most sort of normal run-of-the-mill looking one at the moment. I quite like this. I didn't like it before I unboxed it, before I used it, but I like the way it feels. It feels very good in the hand. It gives you an awesome vape. Batteries are looking good still. They're looking quite even. As you see, the same sort of cloud as you'd get off pretty much anything else. So that's my unboxing of the Mag Kit. Run in, get yourself one while stocks last. We've got a, what colour's the one in the cabinet? Let's just have a look. We've got this one and a Rasta one at the moment. So the Rasta green is green, red and yellow. But to be honest, I prefer that. It's much more understated. You know, the little accents on it on the trigger button, little accents on the back, on the battery covers. Absolutely beautiful. So in my opinion, yeah, great bit of kit, really nice mud and at a decent price. Have a good day, people. Thanks for watching.